Welcome friends to a new vlog. That vlog being the start of A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm so excited. I am finally rereading this. I read this back in 2019. If you haven't seen the A Court of Thorns and Roses vlog, I'll link it below. This is the second book in that series. This vlog is going to contain spoilers for this book and even like potentially up to A Court of Wings and Ruin. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but I've read up to A Court of Wings and Ruin, and we're doing all of this so I can read A Court of Silver Flames. So this is going to be a spoiler-filled vlog all about my reading experience of A Court of Mist and Fury. We are finally back with Rhys. I cannot wait. I am really looking forward to reading this and annotating it. So come hang out with me as we get started on this. It's a big book, so let's see how long it takes me to finish. It's been a minute since I recorded that first clip. I'm currently in my car at work. I realized I haven't updated you and I'm 70% into this book. Basically what happened was I wasn't into it for a really long time. It was taking me a while to get into it, and I think it's because like I'm just in a massive reading slump right now. And so I was like, nothing really to update on, it's a book. And then yesterday I was hanging out with Whitney and I found myself just hooked on this story again. I missed these characters so much, and like when we finally got to meet the inner circle again, I was like, yup, now we're back. And I got to the Court of Nightmares scene and I was like, we're really back in business. I have not hit chapter 55 yet. If you know, you know. I'm waiting with anticipation. I'm excited. I remember not liking A Court of Wings and Ruin, so that is going to be an interesting reading experience, but for now this is going well, still at 5 stars, and yeah, I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. So that's basically the update, is that I haven't filmed one in a while because I wasn't loving it and I was like 20% of the way in, and then I've read like half of the book in the past 24 hours. So there's your update. I came on here to update that I have now passed chapter 55, so it's all downhill from here. I feel like chapter 55 is where ACOMAF peaks, literally and metaphorically speaking, and like from here I kind of will lose interest as like the plot takes shape for ACO War. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still at a 5 star. It was really interesting. I guess I could like talk a little bit about, now that I have my camera, how I felt during the first part, because I clearly was hesitant to update, and that's why there were no updates. So the first little bit where she was with Tamlin, and then when she goes over to the Night Court for the first time, I wasn't enjoying it as much, and I completely forgot that I needed the romance with Rhys in order to make this work for me. And so I was like, oh no, this is not going to be a 5-star reread for me, which I was terrified of. Turns out it still is a 5-star reread, but that first little bit I was concerned because I was like, I'm not enjoying this at all. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and skim through like the first half of the book, just like flipping pages, because I also want to go in and tab them. I was listening to the audiobook and reading my ebook at the time. I didn't have my physical copy, and then at like the 70% mark I started picking up my physical copy and like tabbing along even if I was tandem reading, and I wish I had done that with the first half, because now the back is like tabbed up until where I'm at, and the front isn't. So I kind of want to go back and tab over things, so maybe I can update you about that. I just feel weird because like this is my favorite book in the series. Granted, I haven't read Silver Flames yet, but like it's gonna be the shortest vlog because I, number one, haven't had my camera, number two, just haven't been updating because I wasn't enjoying the first half, and generally just have been flying through it once I started enjoying it. So I don't know where this vlog is, I don't know where it's going, but that's where we're at right now. So I am on my lunch break at work. I'm gonna go grab my lunch, come back, probably finish the book while I'm at work today, and then I'll update you later. And then maybe we'll skim through the first part again. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but all good things. Good evening, friends. Exciting update. I finished the book. It's still 5 stars. I will say that last little chunk, I'd forgotten how chaotic it was, and also I was right in the sense that like it wasn't as good after chapter 55, but it's fine. I really love the romance parts of it. And so like when we get super heavy into like the power dynamic, war plot, whatever, I start losing interest a little bit, but it's still really good. It'll be interesting to see how A Court of Wings and Ruin goes, because that's like all the plot. I feel like there's less romance in A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I think that was my lowest rated originally. I think it was like 4 stars for ACOTAR originally, 5 stars for ACOMAF, and I think I gave A Court of Wings and Ruin, ACOWAR, 3 stars. It'll be interesting to see how it goes this time around. My fantasy taste has developed a little bit more, so maybe I'll enjoy it more. I don't know. I'm not picking it up immediately because I've got some other things I gotta read and want to read, but soon. I think I am gonna skim through and like tab the first thing, so maybe I'll talk about like some of my favorite points in the first few chapters that I didn't really tell you anything about, and we can discuss there. But it's getting hot in this car and I want to turn on the air, so I'm gonna chat with y'all later about that. It's also bright. That's the update. I'm done, so that's fun. If I was squinting this whole time, it's bright out, but it's nice and cool today. Why am I telling you this? This doesn't matter. It's like me updating you on the weather in the first vlog, and I was like, it's snowing outside or something like that, and now it's like August, and I'm just now finishing the second book. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Friends, if you're noticing that I am the exact same as the intro, well, it's because I just filmed the intro, because I never properly introduced this video. I filmed like a stupid little thing on my phone, and it wasn't very good, so now I redid the intro. Anyways, this is the conclusion of the A Court of Mist and Fury vlog, and what I'm gonna do with y'all is we're gonna go back through the first like 2/3 of the book where I didn't annotate anything. We're gonna find some of my favorite scenes and annotate them. I'll talk a little bit about them and my thoughts, but basically as a whole this still stands at a 5 star. I don't know if I told you that. The first bit where she's still with Tamlin was hard to get through, and I think the same vibes were kind of shown in my A Court of Thorns and Roses video. I finished editing that this morning, and I was like, yeah, like I really don't like when Tamlin's there, but as soon as Rhys showed up in this book, things started picking up and I started really enjoying it. So I think it's because I know the characters and I know kind of the plot line of this original trilogy that I enjoy the Tamlin sections less, because I know how good it gets when Rhys is involved. So that's why the first little bit was slow, and then when I finally got to Rhys, I was hooked and I read like half the book in a day. And I wasn't updating you on that clearly, so you only got my updates for this little back portion here, so I apologized for that. So like I said, I'm gonna fill this time and we're gonna go through and talk about my favorite scenes from the first bit of the book. That way we can still have some discussion over that. But I'm sorry this vlog wasn't really as I intended it to be. I didn't have my camera, and a bunch of different circumstances led it to be that way, but that doesn't matter. The A Court of Wings and Ruin one, I am going to put more effort into making it better. I just dropped the ball on this one, and this is the best book in the series, so I'm so sorry I dropped the ball. But we're still gonna have fun. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Let's go find my favorite quotes and scenes from the first 2/3 of this book, and we'll chat about them if there's anything to say. I need to find the scene with Amren and the necklace, because I remember she said something that I loved in that chapter. That is our mission for this little bit here. Okay, I'll catch you when I have something to tab. All right, we've got the tabs, we've got the book, we've got the bestie. Whitney's joining me in this endeavor because I can't remember some stuff, so I'm gonna make her tell me because she has amazing book memory. Okay, Whitney's editing, but I found the first one, and it's Rhys talking to Feyre about like her needing to read and all this stuff, and he said, she says, I suppose you're one to teach me too. Reading and shielding aren't enough. And he says, while you hunt with me for what I need, yes. So it's a little Easter egg to him needing her to find, oh, not me getting an email, to getting the book and the ring and all that crap. Slay! It's fun. Also, there's no rhyme or reason to these tabs. I have grays in here, but I ended up just using the blues. So we're just tabbing blue for things that are in the book. Mind your business.
Oh my gosh.
Mind your business. You're muted, but I think you said your eyes are on. Whitney just put a clip on her lip and immediately regretted it.
It got like the corner of my lip.
It was hanging on by a thread.
And the more I tried to grasp it to get it off, the more it squeezed it.
Ew. Sorry, Tamlin. I'm just gonna skip these chapters.
I don't even know that I knew I was doing this, but I was like doing something mindlessly, and I just did this. I hear the preacher say, speak now, will forever hold your peace.
My eyeball itches. Do you mind if I itch my balls?
My balls itch.
I hate to say it, but when he asks her if she's eating in the spring court, kind of sexy. It's like, oh no.
Like, no, Reese, I ate in the spring court. And then here comes the hurricane.
All that just for me to tab that one little line. She wins, Reese breathed. That bitch wins if you let yourself fall apart. That's so sexy, and for what?
I love a weak main character, but me.
I love a woman with delicate and fragile sensibilities.
Oh yeah, put balsamic vinegar and Tuscan one season.
Balsamic vinegar? I just turned off the camera. Like, Whitney literally just heard beep, and then I just turned it back on. Because he said, to Valaris, the city of starlight. I'm sorry, this book is so good. And for what? Do y'all mind if I just start rereading it again? 2 vlogs, 1 video. Girl, mind your business, leave me alone. You're the one eating bread and oil.
You want to know a secret about bread and oil?
Yep. Do I have permission to put that in or no?
I don't care.
You were here first, I asked. Please, for the love of your cats, don't. Oh, Reese is in her circle. I love them so much. I am at the part where they are going to the prison to meet with the bone carver, and Amren has given Feyre the necklace. We're on the hunt for the scene that I love. I was listening to the audiobook, and so I was like, ooh, if I had my book, I'd tab that, because I loved whatever Amren said. And watch, I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna be like, that was what I've been searching for this whole time. You are my salvation, Feyre! When he says, there's the Feyre I adore. This book is literally like How to Talk to Women 101, and men still can't figure it out. What quote did I find? Not the Amren one. It is an iconic A Court of Mist and Fury quote.
Oh, his velvet wrap of steel?
To the stars that listen and the dreams that are answered. This whole time, I could have just searched the quote on my Kindle, because I knew the quote was like, he gave it to me. Like, that's what she was talking about. It's in chapter 28. I'm so dumb. Yeah, chapter 28. We're gonna find this. I'm so determined now. It's not even gonna be that good. This is all gonna be for naught. Keep it, there's no magic to it. I blinked. You lied. She shrugged, heading for the door. I found it at the bottom of my jewelry box. You needed something to believe so you could get out of the prison again. But Reese kept looking at it, because he gave it to me 200 years ago. He was probably surprised to see it again and wondered why I'd given it to you. Likely worried why I might have given it to you. That was it? Maybe it was you needed something to believe to get out of the prison again? Maybe that was the quote I liked? Girl, all that, for what? So now that I found the Amren quote, I am all caught up. Fully tabbed copy of A Court of Mist and Fury. And that concludes this vlog. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you when it's time to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. Whitney, do you have anything else to say to the class?
Oh, I see myself. Hi. I can't be funny under pressure. I don't know.
Okay. Bye. Happy reading.
I'm scared.